Well, another episode of Chinkish, and so let me take a quick look at these turbos before I fucking tear them apart. On the left here, I have a KO3, and the KO3, this is a fucking tiny ass turbo. The inlet is like no bigger than my fucking thumb, like half of my thumb. And I got some long ass nails too, so. On the turbine side, I can't really tell because the way the turbine housing is curved. The downpipe is actually casted into the fucking the turbine housing, so I can't really see. But if you look at the type of housing a KO3 is, it's fucking tiny. I don't even know what this is actually. How small it is. So let's go over to the KO3 now. The KO4. Sorry, the KO4 compressor-wise is actually it's bigger. Quite a bit bigger. The inducer. I haven't pulled off the compressor housing, so I can't tell you what the inducer looks like. But if you see all this fucking this crud. See, the blue is the meth that was getting sucked into my turbo, and then the black nasty carbon shit. And I kind of wonder, because when I first started doing meth injection, people were like, "Whoa, no, you know, you're gonna fucking eat your fins off, rah 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 rah, rabble." But if you look, the stock PVC system, from the valve cover. When it vents, it goes right back into the intake. So you have all the oil, nasty particles getting sucked back in your turbo. Now, I'm not a fucking scientist, but I'm pretty sure oil is a bit thicker than methanol. And this is why I think there are all these fucking black carbon bits on my compressor wheel. You know, I obviously run a fucking filter on my shit, so hard pressed to say that is all dirt from the outside. And then if you look at the turbine wheel on this bad boy, it's also a decent size for a T2 housing. It's also pretty fucking big for ratio, like compared to the compressor. It's a decently sized turbine and compressor wheel. I almost want to say it's like a 1-for-1 on the inducer versus the exducer, but I do not have the ability or the means to measure. So I just have to eyeball it. And if you look at the turbine housing, this is a T2 housing. And right next to me is the 3076 China charger that I was running on my vehicle for so long, and it has treated me very well. If you look at the housings, this is a T2. They're about the same. I want to say they are exactly the same, minus some of the weird flange details here and there. And so let's look at the turbines. Now, the turbine wheel on this one is now this is before I knew anything about turbos really. So I saw 3076 and I was like, oh, let's fucking buy it. You know, $300 off of eBay from China. I mean, you can't fucking beat that shit. And if you look at the wheels, they're almost. If there is a difference, it'd be millimeter. I wouldn't even say 1 millimeter. And again, I almost want to say this is the KO4 actually has a newer design wheel as compared to the China charger. I think this is like an older. Stage, whatever, from whatever fucking company made it, so that kind of fucking sucks. But then if you flip it on the compressor, you realize where the true problem comes in of the China charger is this. Look at this fucking meaty bastard as compared to the KO3. The compressor is quite large. The inducer, anyway, from you can see. And that's where you kind of come into the problems. You have a tiny turbine spinning a big compressor wheel And because of this mismatched setup, I was getting a lot of compressor surge at a wide open throttle. And if you and oh, by the way, it's all red for all that fucking, looks like a fucking meat grinders, because I was spraying DO1 nozzle pre-turbo, kind of, and you know, try to push its efficiency range across. I really couldn't see any benefits from it, although my setup would be kind of a bad example, because I wasn't really maxing out the compressor yet. I was maxing out more of the turbine. So that's that. And yeah, so the problem with the China Charger really isn't mechanically. Like, it's not, I mean, it's not, you know, like JB welded together or super glued anywhere. It's pretty solid. I was running 25 pounds through it with pre-turbo lens injection, and I've had this thing on maybe 10,000, 15,000 miles already. And if you could see, there is absolutely no shaft play. Just a normal movement from a journal without the oil holding up the seal. So yeah, look, nothing. I mean, I really wouldn't recommend this setup, because even on our small little inline fours, the turbine compressor ratio, the match is not good. The fucking turbine's spinning 1,000 times faster than, or it's spinning really fast, and the compressor's spinning really fast. The wheel's really big, and the engine just can't ingest it. So you got all this weird surging and whatnot. It's still efficient. I mean, sorry, it's not efficient, but it still makes power. It still flows way more than the KO4. I was hitting like 350 GS on only 22 pounds. So it definitely flows. Like efficient. It's not at all. It's like brute power versus, you know, better flow. So on the flip side over here, now we have the Precision 6031. I bought 60 TAC 1 compressor wheel. Turbine is a stage 3. It's a T31 Garrett wheel. And let's just take a look at the fucking turbine. As you can see, the turbine wheel is way bigger than the 3076's. The T2 housing versus the T3. And you can just tell from the exhaust housing that the T3 is a lot beefier than T2. And the flange, the inlet flange, is actually not a whole lot bigger, but it's bigger. And yeah, the real. And if you look at the turbine, that's why I want to think that this is an older model turbine, because this stage 3 Garrett, or the stage 3 or whatever equivalent Garrett Precision is the same design as the KO4, kind of how the flat turbine fins are kind of like a certain, kind of tilted at a certain angle on the 3076 China Charger. Kind of got them doing some more weird shape. But anyway, I'm not a fucking rocket scientist, so I can't tell you if this is a shittier design or what. But anyway, so let's flip it back to the compressor side. And the China Charger and the 631 have the same compressor housings. They're both this one is a TO4E, 4-inch inlet 215 outlet, and this one is the same thing. Well, I think this is actually a TO4B, or cover, but I'm not quite sure. And the inducer is actually, the Precision inducer looks a tad bit bigger than the 3076. So there you go. What you really want is a properly matched turbine to compressor ratio wheel design, and not on some fucking Frankenstein bullshit like this. Compared to this. And I'm just making this video before I tear this China Charger apart, see the inner workings of it, see what's up. But yeah, I hope you found this video helpful in choosing. And I'll see you guys later. This is a fucking 10-minute video, man. I doubt you guys have the attention span to watch the whole thing, but whatever. It's like, big.